Thank you for your graciousness in holding off on the caucus process update.
Okay, there's a separate page that everybody has. Let's go through this fast. If you go to about the middle of your agenda packet, page 6 of 17 of the caucus processes things, there's 4 appendices. That's the action we want to take to approve these tonight. So if you haven't read them, do it right now. And everybody go down to about item number 4 around the horn. There's 3 questions down there that we're going to ask, so kind of get them organized in your mind so we can go quickly. So back to number 1. Here's the current calendar of what we've going on. In District 1, I think that's locked in. Is that correct, Gary? Hope he's not here. I'm pretty sure that's locked in with the D1LG. District 3, it's locked in for the D3CLC on April 18th. Mimi, do you know what D5 is a locked-in date yet or not? I don't know.
In my
Yeah, Jim?
conversation with Juan, it was locked in. He agreed to that.
It is locked in. Okay, great.
And also the location.
Okay, I know there are some questions about District 7 in terms of a date. Nicole, have you come up with a date on that yet?
They had talked about Thursdays in April. Those are the nights that turnout is most viable for the most number of days.
Right, and 2 of those Thursdays would be back-to-back caucuses, so a caucus in 3 and then one in 7, and then a caucus in 5 and then 7. Is that going to work for you, Sabrina? Could you do 2 in a row?
I mean, I can ask if they can do a May.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, well, whatever the date is, you know, it's up to them to pick the date. We just have to be consistent on the other things.
Right.
And Terry, in District 9, is that date locked in? I think you just kind of threw that
I know
out.
that date's locked in, but Rich is actually coordinating the locking in of the location and
Okay.
the time, so I don't have a confirmation on that.
Okay, so we, basically 1, 3, and 5 are locked in, and we're still waiting on 7 and 9.
yep.
Correct, okay.
ASAP.
Let's go to number 2 then fast. In your appendices in here, there are 4 things, and this is all about getting information out to candidates, potential candidates for the commission. We've got until March 4th for a deadline for everybody to apply, and we got to get them information there. So there's a job description, a checklist for what candidates ought to go through. There's a little letter that somebody could send to the odd council offices, and then there's a basic announcement flyer. So let's just go through them in order. The job description, any complaints, or can we have that approved? Okay. Do we need motions on these, Nicole, or should we just do a straw vote kind of thing?
Let's deal with the discussion items as they go, and ideally approve it all together, if that's amenable to folks. Okay.
I don't know what that means.
What that means is
Put all 4
let's do
together.
one
Put all 4,
motion,
okay, okay.
Ideally, unless someone needs to do this separately.
Okay. So, I mean, this has been out for a good week now. The candidate checklist is Appendix B. The letter to the sample letter to a council office is Appendix E, and then there's a flyer as Appendix H. So I'd like to have a motion that they all be approved for distribution so we can begin to work on those.
Second. Seconded by Navarre. Let's have a vote approving the caucus processes as presented. I believe we found religion again. Unanimous vote among the team.
Wonderful. Next thing, some straw votes. And I want to apologize. The grayed-in area is the stuff we voted in last time. It's not very clear what we voted on. I will adjust this document so next time we'll have a better record. Nothing really important. For this month, Commissioner Hinman here has offered to facilitate the caucuses in all of the meetings, whereas before what we had decided is that the even districts would facilitate in their partner odd district. Should we stay with that original idea, we should take Alan up on his offer. And I want to just throw one thing out on there, which is that we're a little bit of a jam because we've had one facilitator for almost all of the caucuses since the beginning of time, Ken Pogorsic, who's decided he doesn't want to do it this year. So we're caught flat-footed. You know, I just want to say my thing, I don't know if this is appropriate to do, but I would rather have spread the talent, spread the experiences around. But that's just my opinion on
Let me
things.
ask you, even if he facilitates, some of us can show up at these meetings.
Oh, yes, I
Really,
expect.
yeah, so-
Yes. Who actually runs it is
Yeah.
all.
And
you
I
know,
don't
and
mind
you want-
sharing, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, okay. Straw vote, yes or no?
Yes.
I had a-
Commissioner.
Yeah, go ahead, Gary?
I think we brought this up before, I wasn't clear on this. Was Ken at least gonna do one of these, or
No.
he sit in? He's
Zero.
Just zero. Okay,
Zero.
thank you, that was, yeah, I just came.
Yeah, he's busy, yeah. So, take up Hinman or stay with the original 5? I think the question is, do we stay with the original idea?
Is that what we're voting on?
Yes.
Wait,
The original ID.
Yeah, yeah, it's just a straw vote, nothing
straw vote
formal.
for
Yeah.
having Hinman do.
No,
yeah.
having stay with the original
Different.
plan, which was to have the
Have
even people
districts
facilitate.
support the odd district.
Why can't we just do?
I don't know what you said.
I think.
Is there confusion?
Could you fully state that, because I think there's
Okay.
some confusion about.
We decided last month that we would have the people in the even districts facilitate the caucuses in their partnering odd districts.
Right.
That was the decision last month. Since then, Alan has offered to facilitate all 5. So, do we want to, the question is, do we stay with the original thing? And if we don't, then we go to Alan. So
Can
the
we do what we did with the others? We have 2 votes?
Right, so who wants to stay with the original thing? So roughly, looks like people want to stick with, who wants to have Alan do all 5?
I do.
You better count them.
And he could still go.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, I'll be there.
Alan will be there anyway. Alan, you
But anyways,
can mentor.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll take him up on it. He's a
Okay,
volunteer.
that gives you a straw vote, that's good. Good.
What is the result? I'm completely
To
confused.
stick with the plan as is and
Okay,
have the,
okay.
with Alan as a guide,
Okay.
spirit guide.
Here's the next question then, okay, so this caucuses, there's opening presentations and remarks by the candidates, and then we go to a Q&A thing, and this has always been very awkward, because there really isn't time for people to get organized and get their thoughts together and submit the questions and organize and put them in. Should we salt the pot? In other words, should we come up with some questions of our own to put in there? So this would not be community initiated, this would be kind of a fixed system in there. But I think the questions that we write are going to be good ones, or should be good ones, and then we can sort of begin to move the process along a little bit. So, any concerns about salting the pot with our own ideas, Jonathan?
Yeah, so if we come up with questions in commission, then the commissioners here would know those questions beforehand potentially, and then new people wouldn't. Would we be able to get the questions to them prior so that they would be in the loop?
Sure,
Okay.
good idea.
Henry, any questions?
Can you reach out to Kim Gorsick and ask him if he has a template for the questions?
Already have it.
In the past?
Already did that.
So you have them?
Yeah.
So isn't that salting the?
So Ken didn't have questions.
Ken didn't put out questions like this, like we're talking about. He had his own template of questions, but he didn't. They did not salt the pot. That's what we're trying to avoid, is the clumsiness at the beginning of the meeting while we're waiting for the questions to come together.
Right.
So this is something new.
This is, okay, and Ken hasn't done that before?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
Commissioner Hinman,
Being that we just are the newest people on the board, some of us, we were probably asked, pretty much a boilerplate of at least 5 questions that have to be pretty generic. I would think that at least that's the way to get it started.
do you do straw vote?
Yes. So the question is, do we salt the pot? Yes, no.
Yes.
I second.
Okay, that's a good yes.
Just took a vote, just took a vote, so can I make
It's
a
a
comment?
straw vote, yeah.
Yeah, okay, sure. It's just that, yeah, I voted yes, we should salt the pot. However, we should not be resistant or somehow hold back individuals in the community who come up with their own questions.
Oh, no, no, no,
That assumption, I think, we should.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
no. Just to get things rolling.
Yes.
So who's going to be responsible for this? I'm sorry.
There's a facilitator that has.
We have an ad hoc committee that's going to do this. We'll create these questions and we'll make sure everybody has them, and they'll be published. We'll publish them in the booklet. How's that?
But I don't get it, because everybody's going to know the questions in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
And you're going to have it for all of the districts, the same questions.
Sure.
Okay.
Why do you want this job?
It's just
Yeah.
a jumpstart conversation.
It's not a game show.
Yeah, it's
Just to get things rolling.
I'm just trying to understand.
So I'm taking that as a yes. Okay, next question. Should we record these things? Is there any value in recording them? You know my predilection for doing that.
Who's going to stop?
Yes.
Well,
I think
now
that's-
that you brought it forward, I have concerns about putting people on camera who may not have wanted to be on camera.
You'd have to get the signature.
You'd have to get
Consent.
Public meeting?
consent.
Yeah, okay. Is that a no
Again,
then?
Big public.
I'm happy to take no. Yes or no? Yes.
I'd say yes.
Looks like what?
get recorded here once we're commissioners.
Yeah, but this is
So
a
kind of
different
leans-
forum. This is a
leans
different
toward-
But I meant
forum.
like members of the
It can't be
public
cameras.
who are asking
Okay,
questions.
we don't- we need to-
Vote as opposed to you.
This looks divisive, I'm gonna call this a no. Last one, do we provide donuts and coffee, some sort of, snacky things, and who's gonna do that and who's gonna pay for it? So is that something we wanna do? Most of these things are evening meetings so far. There's one morning meeting, and the other ones that we know of are evening.
Commissioner Cole said, can they be sponsored,
We can do anything we want, yeah.
like a local coffee shop?
Sure,
can-
somebody's gotta get it together and find it, that's all.
There's
Well,
no
we,
issue with the city taking
let
the
the
donation.
leadership group deal with it.
That's a possibility, yeah. Do we wanna go
Okay, sorry.
for this or not? And that's the question. Do we wanna
Says they're
make the
weird.
effort?
What, Sabrina, what did you say?
There may be issues, for example, the city has a policy about bottled water. You can't do if it's coming through a city entity.
I have a question.
Okay.
You guys don't have a budget, there's no way to.
Okay, let's call that a no, and then, so we can just kind of move on. Okay, around the horn, real quickly. Districts 1 and 2, have you coordinated with each other yet? Have you coordinated with the council office that's going to be doing it? And do you feel where you need to be? So 1 and 2,
Right here?
okay.
No,
Are you coordinated with each other?
no.
We've got the date.
Okay, coordinated with the counseling office yet? With D1? Have you talked to the D1 office? Anybody? No?
No, I have only talked to the leadership group.
Do you feel where you need to be?
No response.
You haven't gotten a response from the leadership?
Okay, D3 and D4. Have you coordinated with each other? Yes, we have. Okay, have you coordinated with the council office yet, you guys? No? How about, do you feel, are you where you need to be on this?
I think we're okay. We'll get that.
Okay, 5 and 6?
Yes.
Guess what?
Yes, sir.
No, we-
The council office said
You're in good shape?
We're talking to Juan Estrada.
And I
Great.
reached out to the vice mayor's office.
Okay.
Support.
7 and 8?
We have coordinated with the city council's office to get a date, but it's not set. That seems to be the key item. And that seems a risk because it seems like it's too many in a row. So I'll talk with Sabrina about what's actually workable, and we may look at May.
Okay.
Have to look at May.
Do you feel you are where you need to be yet?
Yeah.
Okay, 9 and 10, same questions.
Yes, no.
Yes, yes, no? Okay.
Well done.
Thank you. That's the end.
Commissioner Cunningham.
I have a follow-up on the District 1. The message that I sent back to the D1 leadership group was that the Caucus committee would take and handle all of, I believe I copied everybody, if I didn't, I'll resend it, was that the Caucus people were gonna handle everything, and all we had to do, we being District 1, is provide the venue
And the date.
and the date.
Yeah.
So when we say.
And I did see that.
Huh?
And I did see
Okay,
that.
so unless, if there's more, I need to know that. But right now, D1 is on the hook for the venue and, facilities and that type
Yeah,
of stuff.
okay.
Yeah, can you just have them reach out to us? Because I've already sent an email already.
I guess his question is, what do they need to do? Because what do they need to reach out to us for?
Yeah, right, because I thought we answered the mail. I mean, and like I say, if I need more, then I need to know what I need to know.
I
guys talk about that
didn't get a
Yeah,
response.
we can do this offline, but.
I'm done.
Okay, did we vote on the,
Yes, we voted on the
the
appendices.
key piece? Okay. Ed Rost, public comment, everyone's not the same. Ed Rost, public comment? No? You're fine, okay, good. All right, next up, question for the group. We have 9 minutes? No, 8 minutes. So, the items remaining are the bylaws, ICE, and the ICOC. And I'm moving my item, budget letter, to the next meeting with a vote later. Now, does the ICOC charter need to be approved tonight to enable the group to proceed?
I kind of like it to be, so we can just get it out of the way. If there's got to be discussion, or if there's people, concerns about it and they need more discussion, then we can put it off to next week, but if we can get it out of the way tonight.
Okay, so groups, given that the ICOC is meeting tonight, it's not ready, you guys meet what, every 2 weeks?
No, we meet this.
Monthly. So they're meeting monthly without a charter. Do do we want to, tonight in the next bit, give them a start at least to getting a charter together? Do we want to stick with this in order and go with the commission bylaws? Let's take a vote.
The bylaws is gonna take a lot longer than this. My only concern is that we sunset next meeting.
Sunset next one.
You guys
Yeah,
can
yeah.
continue talking about it as a whole commission, just the ad hoc committee can no longer meet.
Okay. Okay, good. Is that satisfactory?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, yes.
I had a couple of questions, but let's get this over with, and then
Okay. we
if
can
I have
talk-
time for my questions.
Okay, great. All right, so let's see what we can do. At least give these guys something to run with, and then break up at 8:10.